And then try again. What's that? I'm sorry, say separate. That's correct, okay? Which of the following biomes are forests? Okay, good. 9, which of the following statements are true about animals and people?
Okay. Do you
Again,
like me to do it here?
Hello, Miss Laurie, mommy.
Hello.
try again.
Hi, John.
Hi, Miss Laurie.
How are you?
Good. I'm good.
It's good to see you.
See you too.
Plant biomes
So
are-
we're going to start in just another minute. We've still got some people coming in, so
Okay.
we'll give it a few more minutes and then we
without
will
water
start.
rice free. Air, black box next.
Hi, Lucas.
Hi.
The following biomes are grasslands and deserts and steppes. Try again. Okay, good. Right.
Hi, Samara.
What? Let me know if you're ready. Please.
Hi.
Wait, what page?
Samara, where are you?
What?
Where are you located?
Dubai.
In Dubai, y'all.
Wow,
Is in Dubai for the year. Yes.
exciting.
Very exciting. So, it is, what time is it there, Samara?
10 p.m.
So she's ready to go to bed and she's from Houston, right?
Yeah.
Living in Dubai for a year. So we're excited to have Samara. So you never know who you're going to see on here, what country they're in. Okay, we are going to start. Welcome back, everybody. It's so much fun to see all of your little bright, shiny faces after a very short, quick summer. We are so excited about this new year. We're going to start today with prayer. I'm going to have prayer, and then we're going to introduce the teachers. And then we have a couple of presentations by Mrs. Velez and Mrs. Elliser. And then I will finish the meeting if any of you have questions, okay? So let's bow our heads for prayer. Dear Father, we are so excited about a brand new year and for each student that is here and for all of the things and the blessings that you have in store for us. We ask you to be in this year, to bless it, and to help each one here to do their very best. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Now, teachers, we're going to start with Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie, introduce yourself, please.
All right. Hello, everybody. So I am, I don't even know how to describe me. I am concrete random. I do things that are just kind of different and off the wall. But one thing that I will tell you guys right now is that I absolutely love all my students, every single one of them. We do fun things in class, and I teach 8th grade science for this age group. So come prepared to learn, to be engaged, and to have some fun.
Thank you. Mrs. Hall.
Hi, everyone. I teach sixth grade world culture, seventh grade ancient history, and eighth grade US history. And I actually really love teaching those things because I have discovered many years ago we can learn so much from our past, and we can learn so much from the cultures of all of the countries of the world. So I really look forward to spending time with you this year. As far as my own hobbies, I love horses. I have a German Shepherd dog and another dog. I love country living and just all things nature. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about you. And I know we're going to have a wonderful year. And I love all of you already. Many of you already know. See you soon.
Thank you, Mrs. Hall. Jenny, Miss McCluskey.
Hi, I'm Miss Jenny. I will be teaching 7th science this year. I'm so excited to meet the middle schoolers this year. I worked with the high schoolers and elementary last year. So I'll be excited to meet each one of you. We'll have a great year.
Thank you, Miss Jenny. Miss Tammy? Unmute yourself.
I teach middle school math, so I teach all the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders math. And I enjoy teaching math. I do study hall for those of you who are maybe a little afraid of math or want some extra help. I do have study hall every day so that you can join in and work later if you need any extra help. And I'm looking forward to a great year.
Okay, yes.
Mrs. Fuller.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mrs. Fuller. or Miss Precious. I'm excited. I look forward to meeting with you. And I will say that I love engagement. So having energy and interacting is just what I do most days. And even when I'm not up to it, I do it anyway, because I get to have a feel for how well you're doing, what you're understanding, and it just makes the time more enjoyable. So I will be teaching reading and with grammar for 6th graders this year. And I look forward to meeting those who I have not. Some of you are a carryover maybe from the 5th graders I did have last year, so that'll be exciting. But then for the new ones, it'll be new relationships being built, and I look forward to it.
Thank you. Miss Connie.
Hello, my name is Miss Connie Bartholomew, and I will be teaching reading, 7th grade reading, 6th to 8th grade Bible, social studies, keyboarding, and I think that's it. Sorry.
That's good.
Anyways, I was looking at the schedule. Anyway, so I'm excited. I can't wait to meet you. I hope you had a good summer. I enjoy doing lots of different things. Gardening is my passion now, and I'm growing some guava trees. I hope I get guavas one day. So that's the most exciting tree that I'm growing right now.
Miss Connie, I'm surprised you don't mention your daughter. Miss Connie has an empty nest this year. So you all have to be you have to extra on her a little bit extra.
Yes, my daughter is 17 and this is her first year at university, although she already has her associate in science, and we're hoping she has a great year. She's starting strong. We're hoping that she continues. Yesterday was her first day. I tried so hard not to call her because she's adulting now. And so it was very, very difficult, but she kept asking me about different things around the house. And I'm like, well, you're gonna have to FaceTime me. And I'm like, I waited until 10 for her to call me. That's when she decided to call me. So I waited. And after we talked for a little bit, then I said, okay, I'm ready to go to bed now. But yes, I'm an empty nester. And I get excited when she calls me because I'm trying so hard not to call her. But guess what? You know how we have our devices and they're connected? So I kind of see where she's at, if she's at school or at home. That's a fun thing about
Follow
it.
her around. That's right.
Yes, I do that. Well, good to see everybody.
All right, Mrs. Patty Bone, and I do want to say we offer 3 foreign languages. We offer German, Spanish, and American Sign Language. And so it's a great time. Get started on learning it, and I will let her continue.
Ja, guten Tag. Mein Name ist Frau Pettibone. Hello, my students call me Frau Pettibone. I'm from Germany. I was born in Germany. I now live in Florida in the US for 20 years now. And I teach German at Sycamore. I'm going into my 3rd year of teaching at Sycamore. And I do want to encourage you to start to pick one of the foreign languages already in middle school, because the earlier you start, the better, because it's going to be easier to learn a language. Yeah. So I recommend, if you don't like German, then choose Spanish or sign language. Any language you choose will help your brain to develop a pathway for foreign languages, and it will be easier to learn any other language that you might want to learn later on. So I'm looking forward to having a fun middle school class this year, and I hope I'll see you there.
Thank you, Mrs. Norwood. Unmute yourself.
I will be the one who will be teaching sign language to you. I'm specifically teaching American Sign Language because there are different variations of sign language. So I'm going to stick strictly with American and just tell you all about it and how I grew up knowing it and good reasons to have it. So I'm looking forward to doing it with you all this year.
Mrs. Elliser is speaking to you in sign language. Mrs. Elliser, you are next.
I didn't see you, Miss Elliser. Miss Elliser, I did not see what you said. You weren't on my view screen there.
I'm trying to go on here, Emma. Mrs. Elliser, I did sign language. I had a friend who was hearing impaired. So I did sign language in elementary and college, but I've forgotten because that's a long time ago. Like any language, you have to practice. I studied German, Italian, and French in school. No practice, goodbye. But my talk, I can speak 4 of the 8 major languages of the Philippines. We have more than 100 dialects. So what Frau Pettibone said, if you start learning different languages when you're young, when you're older, it's easier for you to learn a different language from what you're talking. Anyway, that's so much for my plug. I teach middle school 5th through 8th music, and this year we're still on the piano rotation. We're continuing piano from last year, and I'm also doing music appreciation. So I hope to see you in my class.
Thank you. And Mrs. Miller.
Hello. I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Huh? Yes.
Okay. I'm Mrs. Miller. There's a weird thing on my screen. All right, sorry. I'll be teaching language arts, well, English this year, a little bit different, using IEW. I'm so excited, actually, just seeing faces. I'm like, oh. So I'm excited to be teaching. It's going to be slightly different from last year, but still lots of fun. So I look forward to seeing you guys. That's all.
Thank you. Okay, did I miss any teachers? I think I got them all. Okay. So now we're going to turn it over to Mrs. Velez, who is going to do a presentation, and then Mrs. Elliser, and then I will conclude. So Mrs. Velez, we need to spotlight her. Thank you. Oh, she disappeared. Josh, is your mom? All right, let's switch to Mrs. Elliser. There we go. Go ahead, Mrs. Elliser.
Am I on now?
You
Okay.
are on.
Let's see. The new Zoom is still, oh, Miss Velez is there. Do you want me to continue?
First, I think. So, Mrs. Velez, do you want to go ahead and go?
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yes, if that would work.
Okay, yes, we can switch it.
Yeah, all right. Very good. Well, my presentation is on Zoom etiquette plus. And there are two very small pluses. So let me get in here and share screen with you guys. All right. Here we go. Zoom etiquette tips. Only one person talks at a time. Dress for school. It's the coolest thing. I saw this video and it was a young woman that was in 8th grade. And she said, when I go to school, I put on my cutest outfits. And I thought, that's not a bad idea. I know some people like to come in their pajamas and all that, but dress for success, right? So why not? Make sure your device is charged. Stay in your seat and pay attention to your teacher. And oh, that is so important. I know it's not the same. You're not sitting in a classroom. However, just because you're at home doesn't mean that you're not in school. You are in school, and your job at your age, for real, is to be in school and learn as much as you can. The lady that raised me, she would tell me, learn as much as you can in school. You never know when you're going to need it. And she was so right. And I did take her advice, fortunately. Be ready to learn, because that's what we're here for, right? It's not about watching TV on the side over here. It's not about playing a game on the phone over there. It's about learning, and you're in school. Do your best and have fun. And here we go. So with all of that in mind, find a quiet space, a place where you are not going to be distraction, and remove temptations. If your phone is a temptation, give it to mom or dad. Put it someplace else, not close to you. Don't sit beside the TV when somebody else is watching it. And I know sometimes there are challenges in finding a space, but you usually can if you try hard enough. Be in a class from 1 to 5 minutes early to be sure your computer works well and that you are punctual. No shadow people, please. No shadow people. So in other words, you don't want to look like the lady on the left over there. Same lady. How do you avoid being a shadow person? If your lights are coming from behind you, you will be a shadow person. Even if there are lights there, you'll notice she's sitting in front of a window and the light's coming from behind her. You need the light to come from in top or from the side. I live in the best of both worlds. Let's see if we can find the light. There it is on the ceiling. And I also have a really beautiful window right beside me. The best would be if you had a window right in front of you where the sun could come in. Natural light is always better. But if you don't have all those things, then Mr. Josh over there with his pinwheel, he's got a window behind him, and we sort of block that out with pillows. But he also has a ring light, like the ones you see on the screen in front of you, and they're not expensive, maybe $15. The one that I have got Josh, I think I found it at a bin store, and it was $4. And it works just fine. Use your first and last name on the screen when logging in, please. especially since it's the beginning of the year and we don't know you yet, or maybe we don't know you. Some of us may and some of us may not. Please put your first and last name on the screen so that we know what to call you. And if you have something else on your screen, I will call you that. I'm sorry, but I'm very visual. I read and I think, oh, well, that's Abby, but maybe Abby is your sister and not you. So put your first and last name on the screen, and you have to do that, I believe, before you log in to Zoom. Keep your camera on at all times so that your entire face is in view. Teachers need to see that you have aha moments. So for instance, let's say that we're doing science and I say, does that make sense? Do you understand? And you're looking like, I know, no, it really didn't make sense. Or you're going like, and I know that you did. If I can't see your face, I can't see those aha moments. Dress and sit in a manner appropriate for school. Okay. So again, dress for success and sit for success. Does that make sense? Yeah. If you are laying down on your bed, and I know sometimes people are sick and they have to lay down on their bed if they're going to come to class, but let's say that you're just perfectly fine and you decide that you're going to come to class laying down in bed. That's not sitting for success. Sitting up, looking at the camera, looking at your computer screen, being engaged in class. That's sitting for success. Place the thumbnail pictures directly under your camera. That's what I've done. And it might look like I'm looking directly at the camera, but right now I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at Miss Catherine. I'm looking at Angela Norwood and Asher Miller and Miss Lori and Mr. Josh. And it looks like I'm looking right at the camera, but it's because the thumbnails are right under the camera and my eyes are directed towards you. If I put those thumbnails at the bottom, now I'm still looking at myself and Miss Norwood and Miss Catherine and Miss Lori and Asha Miller and Mr. Josh, but it doesn't look like I'm really giving you any attention because I'm not looking at the camera. There's a difference when I look directly at the camera. So put those thumbnails right under the camera so that you're making eye contact with whoever's on the other side of the camera. Be engaged. Oh, that is so important. So important. And participate in your classes. Be engaged and participate in your class. It's what you're there for. It's what your parents are paying money for, so that you can learn, so that you can be a sharp tool in God's toolbox. Make sure your camera is slightly above you. So you can see the difference in the pictures. If I am like this, that's a little bit tough. You're looking at my chin. That's not a fun thing to have to look at through class. Or my mouth. Again, not a fun thing to look at through class. You want to see my eyeballs. And you don't want to see me this way. And guess what? Teachers don't want to see you that way either. We want to see your face, all of your face, because again, we can see, got it, or no, I really don't quite understand that. It makes a big difference. It's a little different when you're online. You're not sitting in the same classroom. You're not eyeball to eyeball with your teacher, so to speak. But we can get as close as we can by looking in the camera. So Sycamore is a Christian school. So your clothes and your screen pictures need to reflect that. And you need to represent Christ. Your parents and other parents pay a lot of money so that you can come to a Christian school and not have a lot of worldly influences around you. So lift Christ's banner high. Come to school without skull and crossbones and other things that would be weapons and those kinds of things. Come to class as a Christian young person like you are. Be kind, courteous, and helpful to everybody in class. Raising your hands. And you know what? I like it when you guys raise your virtual hands. And I like that because when you raise your virtual hand, like it shows on the screen right there, let's see, why is that? Okay, because it's black on black. Let's make it red. Yeah, raise your virtual hand because those stay up there for a little while. If you just do this, I don't know for sure if you raised your hand because I have a whole bunch of thumbnails on my screen. So if you raise your virtual hand, that's going to stay up there for a little while. So either and each teacher may have a different like, maybe they want you to just raise your hand and keep it up, or maybe they want you to raise your virtual hand, whatever it is. Raise your hand if you have something to say. Don't just talk. Keep your seats and chats and be on topic. Wait for others to be done before you talk and speak. All right. Stay muted until it is your turn to talk. And wait quietly when you arrive in class. That's really important. Maybe there's another class before yours. We're not just going to come in and start talking and chatting it up. Well, teacher is maybe making a point that's a little bit hard to understand with the class before yours. And for the most part, I've seen that students are really good at that. People come in. It's the only time that I'll allow you to have your camera off in my class is when you first come to class. But when class starts and it's your class's turn, then I want the cameras on. Backgrounds are fun. I like backgrounds. The school that I taught in before Sycamore didn't just encourage, they required backgrounds. You had to have a background if you were going to teach for them. There are virtual backgrounds, like the Hawaii scene over there, maps, all kinds of things that you can do, and it's just fun. And maybe you get tired of the background you've got, put something else up. I tend to put up things that I really like and that I hope everybody else likes. I want people to feel welcome. So I have a welcome sign here. I like to change the seasons. We have give thanks and hello fall over here and so forth. And of course, for me and in my classes, Jesus is always the center. Backgrounds are just fun. Are they required? No, but it's a good thing to do. All right, do your best and have fun because online school can be a lot of fun. So just in review, Zoom expectations: be on time, be respectful, use mute when you are not speaking, raise your hand, virtual or otherwise, when it's time to speak, find a quiet, appropriate place to work because school is that, right? It's your job, so it is work. Use your name when logging into Zoom, right there on your thumbnail, first and last. Use the chat features only when given permission by your teacher. And stay on top if you're going to chat. Please don't be saying unkind things to other people. That's not nice. And we're a Christian school. Keep your face in full view, your whole face. Demonstrate core values: respect, friendship, empathy, honesty, responsibility, and perseverance. And just another quick review. You can see these are my class rules: be prompt, be prepared, be respectful, be engaged, and be honest. Now, this is outside of Zoom etiquette. Get an assignment book or planner if you do not have one. That can be analog or digital. there's a website that's on this slide. Take a little screenshot right now if you want that website. It's got a free high school planner at that website, and you can go to others. There are lots and lots and lots of them. You can make one by printing it on the computer if you want a hard copy. But do something so that you can keep track of your assignments. It's important. The way to keep track of your assignments is not to go to Bright Thinker and find out which assignments you have zeros on. In my class, it's too late if you do that. You only have a certain amount of time to get them in. So please make sure, keep track of your assignments. That would be your responsibility. And the other thing, there is something that Bright Thinker, which is what we use for classes, does that is a little bit confusing. Bright Thinker, if you've even opened an assignment, will give you a green check. That doesn't mean anything except that you've opened the assignment. Please do not be fooled into thinking that it's got a green check. It must be done. It's in, it's good. No. The way to find out is to go to your landing page for your class. That little bar graph icon right between the 100% thing and the eyeball is where you want to click. And when you click on that, it will show you what you need. If you see that, it means that your teacher has given you some instructions, some feedback, something that you either did wrong on that assignment. If you have a redo, you'll get what's called a chasing arrow, and it will look like that. And then you can redo that. And if you have instructions from your teacher, like is showing in this little talk bubble, then that teacher might just tell you what to do to fix your assignment to improve your grade. So it's important. If it is done and graded, you will have a score. If it is done and not graded, then it will just look like a black page. But you'll know that it's in there. Teacher just hasn't had a chance to grade it yet. If it's not in there, it's not in there, meaning that it has not been received. And one more thing on that note. If your internet is bad, or teachers is bad, or both are bad at the moment that you are submitting it, there is a possibility that it might not come through. That's very rare, but it does happen. The only way you're going to know if your assignment is in is to go to that little icon that looks like the bar graph, click on it and find out. And that's all I have for you guys today. I am positive that we're going to have an amazing year. It's going to be good and we're going to have fun. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bonnie.
All righty.
Mrs. Elliser. There we go. Mrs. Elliser, are you there? Yep, there she is.
Yay, I'm back.
Okay.
There you go. I've just a heads up. I'm let me talk to DMV really quick and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. While she is gone, I am going to run over a few things. Mrs. Velez said be 5 minutes early for class. You can really only be 5 minutes early to your first class, or if you have a class break, 45 minutes between classes. Otherwise, your classes are back to back. So be as on time as you can possibly be. Moving from class to class is nothing more than a click of a button. So you're in one class, you go to your Bright Thinker and you click on the next class, and then you can move right into the next one, okay? So teachers are supposed to let you go on time and you can move quickly. Last year, with the schedule, they were trying to offer so many things, and I came in and I said, y'all, I think we need to put Fridays in. And 100% of the students and the teachers said, no, we will work harder Monday through Thursday in order to not be in school on Friday. So it's a matter of having back-to-back classes, but it can be done. We've been doing it for a few years now, but you can't be 5 minutes early to every class. However, if you get out of a class early, you can be early. So just be sure that you're trying to be as on time as possible. And teachers know you're coming from another class. Most of the time it works. Every so often, some teacher gets long-winded and Mrs. Velez talks too much and keeps her kids a little longer. But most of the time it doesn't happen. And the students usually remind you. Don't they remind you, Mrs. Velez? Oh, we need to
Yes,
go to
they
the next
do.
class. They tell me that all the time. Oh, we got to go to our next class. Okay, go to your next class.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
that was one thing. And the other thing is study hall. So this room that you came into today is a study hall. A few classes will be in here. Mrs. Martez's classes meet in here. I can't think of who else, but we also have tutors in here. So anytime that you need to come in, you need help, or let's say Mrs. Pettibone doesn't show up to class and you're like, we're supposed to have been in German 10 minutes ago and she's still not here. You come in here and go, and I'll say, oh, Mrs. Pettibone texted me and said her internet is down. Just give her some time and we're going to wait. Or she might say, my internet's down and they've told me it's going to be down all day long. Tell them to do lesson 4. Okay? So you can always come in here, get some help if you need help. I have students that come in. One of the senior, she's a senior, I think. No, a junior. She came in. She said, I remember when you told me that when I first came to Sycamore that I could come in here anytime and study. And I thought, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And she says, now I come in here to study. So there's just something about being in a room, I think. So kids will come in and say, please just put me in a breakout room by myself and I'm going to study. The study hall is here for you. So, okay. Any questions about study hall? It will be in my room. And this morning at the elementary orientation, we talked about it and said that we may just add a study hall to Bright Thinker that will have this class link in it, so you can just come into it anytime. So that may take us a little bit to add, but if you came in here today and it's in the form of a letter, just keep it in your email and you can always come in here. My room number should stay the same. Okay? Mrs. Elliser, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. They put me on hold. So I've been waiting for a call from the DMV and they said they're gonna call me at a certain time, but they never did. And they called me right before I was gonna talk. But now I'm on hold. So if they come back, I'm gonna disappear for a quick second, but right now we're gonna go and do this. We can do this. So let me share my screen. Oops, wait, unshare. I did it, I pressed share too fast. I wanna share my sound too. Share sound, okay, share this one. Okay, are we in business? Do you see how to succeed? Well, Sycamore Academy, how to succeed on online school. Do you all see that?
Yes.
Yes, okay, cool. Yes. How to succeed in online school? Well, Miss Bonnie covered some of it, but we'll look at it more focusing on your computer. Do you need a computer, really? Come on. I see you because you're on a computer. You hear me because we're all on a computer. You could be in a computer, a tablet, a phone. There's still a computer in there. Okay, what do we need for us to be able to be on Zoom and work on our schoolwork at the same time? You need to have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. So when you're looking at a computer, if you want to buy a computer this Labor Day weekend, look for something that has at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. If it is less, you won't be able to at least open 2 things at the same time, because we want you to be on Zoom. So your Zoom's open. Zoom needs at least 4 gigabytes of RAM to run. And your computer, for it to function, uses up a little bit of it. And then when you open up Bright Thinker, if it's less than 8, it will struggle. Because the more RAM it goes, the more expensive it gets. And here she is. And I'm back. Okay, so you don't want, we had a student before, and it's either she couldn't open her Bright Thinker, and then, or she couldn't come to Zoom. And then we had a hard time because I was teaching chemistry, math, and I wanted to see her screen. I wanted to look at what she was looking at, but we couldn't do it because her computer only had 4 gigabytes of RAM, and we didn't work at all. So you need to have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. The more expensive the computer gets, but then the faster it is. So there's a balance. I would recommend at least 8. Okay, you need to have a working camera so we can see you. Like Miss Bonnie said, those aha moments, we need to see your faces. Keep saying, turn your cameras on. At least your camera needs to be working. Okay, and if it's not included in your device, you need to have an accessory, maybe a webcam that you can put and you can position somewhere so you can see. It has to be, you need to have a camera. And okay, let's see. We covered that one. And we also need to have a speaker. Okay, so I want everybody's attention. Let me see. Has everybody been here before, or is some of you the first time at Sycamore? So everybody knows how to mute and unmute yourselves? What, Miss Lori?
Yes, we have new.
Oh, we have new people. Okay. So everybody, if you look at your Zoom screen, and if it's blank, it's not showing right now, maybe click on it so that on the bottom of your Zoom screen, or it depends. Earlier today, we found somebody, the icons were on the side. So try to discover your Zoom screen. It could be up above, on the side, or on the bottom of your screen, but you are looking for a microphone icon. When you see the microphone icon, okay, when I say go, you are going to click on that microphone icon so the red slash goes away and the speaker comes on, and you're going to say good afternoon to everybody. It can be in English or in a language that you know that's not English. Okay, ready? Have you found the microphone icon? Ready? Unmute. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Get it started.
Good afternoon.
Yay! Was everybody able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to find the same microphone icon and mute yourself. Okay, very good. I see everybody has no issues with that. Let's move on. Now you should be able to connect to a working printer. And so you need paper and ink. Before, when we first started at Sycamore, my youngest daughter, who's a senior now, started when she was 5th grade. My oldest daughter went through all of high school at Sycamore. I printed out a lot of things, but now I got them an iPad, so we're saving some trees. They do, instead of printing it out, they download it onto their iPads and they can write on it and submit it. But if you don't have the iPad option and you need to print something, or if you're very tactile and you want to touch something, make sure your computer can connect to a printer and you have your paper and your ink. The next thing that your computer should be able to do is it should have the ability to share your screen, like I'm sharing my screen right now, and the ability to annotate on that shared screen. So once more, I want you to, before you wait for me go, I want you to find the pencil icon. It could be a pencil icon or it could be a word that says annotate. So you have to like click on your Zoom screen and find that icon. Now, when you find your annotate icon, I'd like everybody to draw me smiley faces up on my screen. Find your favorite color and draw me some smiley faces. Ready, set, go. Let me see those smiley faces. And I got a heart too. Ah, thank you. You can give me hearts too. I love hearts and stars. That's pretty. Okay, oops. There's a big, huge pink scribble. Okay, very good. Now, stop. I want you to learn how to clear that out. Clear whatever you wrote. Right where you put annotate, there should be like an undo thing. Clear it up. Okay, were you able to clear? I still see some writing. Clear up your writing. Okay. Oopsie. Now, what about an iPad? Okay, Chromebook doesn't allow annotation. How about an iPad? I have an iPad. It does allow a participant to annotate, right? But it only allows other participants to write on what you're sharing if you are sharing a portion of your screen and allowing annotation. I made a short video. Let's look at it. I am currently on Zoom on 2 devices. The one where you see my face and me talking is my computer, and the one where it's just my name is my iPad. Now, how do we share from an iPad and allow others to write or annotate on what we're sharing? The iPad doesn't allow annotation on full screen shares, so we have to do something else. This is the share icon on your iPad. It's right there. And when you tap on it, you'll see several options to share. You see screen, photos, iCloud, Drive, website URL, bookmark, or whiteboard. If you share a screen, annotation is not allowed. So we'll have to do something else if you want somebody else to write on your screen. If we are sharing a website, for example, you are on Bright Thinker, you need to open that page that you want to share and go to the address place, and you tap and hold and click copy so you can copy the URL. And then now we're going back to our Zoom app, our Zoom screen, and we hit share content, and I'm going to click website URL. Now I tap and hold. Okay, there was an old one there. I tap and hold and paste. And now I can do share. So this is what I wanted to share. It's a piece of music. And I am going to go look at my computer. It is right there. Now let us see if what I do on my computer, if I can annotate on my computer, and if it can be seen on my iPad. Now there used to be a pencil icon that popped up on the side, but it's not showing up. Let's see if it will pop up when I do share to host tools. So when I clicked host tools, that pencil icon showed up. Let me tap on it. Now, for example, I want the student to play these notes together at the same time. I could draw lines there. Now let's see my iPad and see if what I wrote there is reflected on my iPad. There you go. Now you just allowed others to annotate on your screen. I am currently on Zoom on. Okay, we need to go here and go to the next slide. I am currently on Zoom. Next slide. Okay. So what should your computer have? It should have, to summarize, it should have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, webcam, microphone, speaker, printer, ink and paper, and you can allow others to annotate and you can annotate. So, computers to avoid. Chromebooks. Zoom has said they'll be doing Chromebook support and it'll allow annotation for 3 years now. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's going to come true this school year, but we've had troubles with Chromebooks. You cannot annotate and others cannot annotate on your screen as well. So it gets a little tricky when it comes to math or math or music. So yeah. So if you can avoid those computers, avoid them. Or any computer that does not meet the 6 things previously discussed. However, if you have no other computer except a Chromebook and that's all you can have, we'll work with you. Okay? No stress. We'll figure it out. And let's go to the next one. Next one would be our Bright Thinker website. The office will be sending you an email with your login information. And I think some of this was discussed by Miss Bonnie. I wanted to show you how to log into your classes from here, but I wasn't able to add it in. So you'll see your classes like this, and then when you click on it and tap on it, you'll see a list of activities that you need to complete. The landing page, let's see if I was able to go to my landing page. Oh no, it's not open. So the landing page, I don't know, Miss Lori will show you the landing page. And it will show you links to how you can get to your Zoom class. You can monitor your progress by clicking on the bar graph icon on your class landing page. And this is what Miss Bonnie was talking about earlier. You don't depend on the check. You need to go to that bar graph icon, or if you're very techy and you discovered you can click on the 3 bars and the menu option comes out, go to grades. And it will show you this. And it will show your status. If it's a paper with a dog ear, that means your submission went through. If you submitted something and when you came here, it doesn't show the paper icon with the dog ear, your submission didn't go through. My daughters are listening and they tell me, Mommy, every year you tell them about what happened to the older sister. It was her first year with Sycamore. She had just finished a 5-paragraph essay and she hit submit. The computer blinked and what she wrote was gone and nothing went through. So what I tell my students, I've told my kids all this time, whatever you submit on Bright Thinker, whatever you submit, you need to have a backup copy. You need to have another copy. So just in case something goes wrong, a website crashes, it gets lost in transmission over the net, you can just get it and then resubmit, okay? If you see a chasing arrow icon, that means your teacher gave you a redo. If you see like a chat box, your teacher has a comment, so you go ahead and read it. Once it's graded, it will show this. Okay, I am all done. Any questions? Okay, I see somebody from the chat. What does it say? Mrs. Elliser, I was cut off before I could ask where to find the annotation features. I can't seem to find them, neither on my laptop or on my mom's. What, Taylor? What's that? Tanya.
Israel, are you here? Israel's the one that turned that in, but I don't know if she's in here. Israel? I think they were having some internet issues.
Okay.
I don't think, oh no, there's Israel, are you here? Israel, what kind of a computer are you on? Okay. But I'm going to suggest, Israel, that you come to study hall and we'll try to figure it out since we can't. Oh, she said Microsoft Surface, and I don't even know what that is. We'll have to look at that. Come to study hall and we'll try to figure it out. Okay.
Any questions for me? Thank you very much for being attentive listeners, for participating. And thank you for bearing with me when I had to talk to the DMV. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Elliser.
Thank you, Miss Lori.
Okay. The other, I wanted to cover several things with you. One of those is, most of you know, you will get a letter that will give you your login to Bright Thinker. Some of you have already gotten. And I've gotten permission from Miss Catherine's daughter, Eliana, to use her Bright Thinker. So I am going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to log in. All right, let me share my screen. So when you get your letter, you log into Bright Thinker and it will look something like this. So each class that you're taking will be in a block. So she's taking 12th grade homeroom. She's a senior. So this is going to be her last year. We're very sad. Happy sad. Government. So these are all the classes. Your classes will all be there in blocks. Okay. And I want to go over, let's just look at the English 4. The class name is English 4. A means first semester. When it's second semester, there will be a B there. We use 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What do you think R is? Anybody? Thursday. So this class will meet Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And unfortunately, Bright Thinker only lets us put in, it won't change times for where you live. So because we're in Texas and we're on Central Time, that's the universal language that we're going to use. So wherever you live, you have to make the change in the time. So 3:15 Central Time would be 1:15 if you live on the West Coast. If you are, and if you are on the East Coast, it would actually be 4:15. So when you see your classes here, you've got to make the adjustments for the time. So if you're writing down your schedule, write it down with your time zone. Okay? The teacher in this case is Mrs. Miranda. And then down here, she has physics. Again, it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, first semester. It meets at 10:45. The teacher is Mrs. Velez. When it is time for your class to begin, click on that link on Bright Thinker, and you will come to a landing page. In this case, Mrs. Velez has put a lot of information here, but we're looking for the Zoom link. And right here, it says tinyurl.com, teacher Velez, and then the zoom.us with the number. And then you would just click on that link and it will take you into her classroom. Okay, so remember, if you're sitting in a class and it's towards the end, you're going to want to get into Bright Thinker and have the other class pulled up. So as soon as Mrs. Velez quits talking or says you may go, you get into the next class, and it's nothing more than a click, and it takes you right into the next class. Any questions about that? Any? Nope. Okay. The other thing that I want to show you is the website, and our website is kind of new to us. We just did it in the last couple of months, but so it's still a work in progress. So we don't have everything on there that we want, but we're getting there. Probably the only thing you're going to use this for is going to be over in members. So if you go to sycamoreacademy.com, go to members and go to calendar. We have most of the calendar on there with the holidays and the vacation days that we take off. So you will see today your orientation was on there. And then tomorrow there'll be 9th through 12th grade orientation. Classes will begin next Tuesday, right after Labor Day. The first day of school is September 3rd. Okay, I'm not going to go all the way through it, but in October, we will have parent-teacher conferences. There will be no classes on Wednesday the 9th, and on Monday the 14th, it's Columbus Day. There will be no classes. As the year progresses and the Student Association puts more things in, like we usually have Spirit Week, Week of Prayer. Last year you had Ethnicity Day. Those things will be added to that calendar. So if you wonder what's going on, you can go to the calendar and see what's happening. Okay. Oh, I want to share that again. One more thing. So also on here are forms. Your parents can go here to pay the tuition, but the thing that you would need would be forms. And we haven't gotten that completely done yet, but the PE log is on here. So if you bike ride or swim or take family hikes or snow ski, whatever you're doing, get this printed out and start filling it in. And at the end of the year, you email it or mail it in, and PE will be added to your report card. We also have one that's called Extra Class Log, which is not on here yet. When that goes on, that would be for like piano lessons or voice lessons, or if you take gymnastics would go under PE. Art lessons, if you take anything like that. As a general rule, to get a full year's credit, you need to put in about 120 hours. Now, you are in middle school, so it's not as important here, but when you hit 9th grade, 60 hours is a half a credit and 120 hours is a full credit. And you need to be aware of the time that you're putting in, okay?
Miss Lori,
Yes,
is community service still required, or is that only for high school?
it is required for high school. We probably should add it to middle school, but it's
Well.
just for high school right now. Okay, then the other thing I wanted to cover are your eyes. We are in a technology universe, y'all, and I don't think it's going to change. Maybe even get worse. So you can do this. I have taught online for quite a few years now, and I protect my eyes. I do eye exercises. I actually have an app I put on my phone, and I go through that. And then we'll go through a few exercises here. Take care of your eyes. You can be online, still have good eyesight, but you need to take care of your eyes. So there's a 20-20 rule, which means every 20 minutes, you look out 20 feet and you can scrunch your eyes for 20 seconds. And it just gives them a break. So if you will just squeeze your eyes really tight, it kind of relieves that eye stress. I'm not gonna have you hold them for 20 seconds right now. Okay. The other thing is look as far left as you can and as far right as you can. And it really is, for me, it's very relieving to my eyes when I've been on all day. And you want to do that 10 times each. Then up and down, as high as you can look up and as low as you can look down without moving your head. Keep your head still, look up as far as you can and as down as far as you can. And you'll want to do that 10 times each. And then make a circle, draw a circle with your eyes so that you're moving your eyes in a complete circle around. And again, 10 times each. Do this several times a day. And then the last one, which is probably my favorite, is called palming. And you take your palms and make your eyes so that it's totally dark in there and just rest them. And you need to do it for probably 30 seconds to a minute. We're not going to do that right now, but it is really relieving to your eyes. So take care of your eyes. And then one more important thing, when you are off the computer for the day, don't stay on the computer and play games. Get yourself outside. Look up at the stars at night. Use your long distance vision. So you're keeping your nearsighted vision good here, and then get outside and use their farsighted vision. Okay? All right. And that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions about what we covered? Any questions? Nope. Oh, Troy, do you have a question?
Yes, so is it like, can we do the community service hours
Oh,
in middle school, or is that
absolutely.
just for high school?
Absolutely. You may do the community service hours. So community service hours are something where you're helping your community. So a lot of our kids help with VBS, they pick up trash, they go to some elderly person's home and maybe mow the lawn. So yes, absolutely.
So
love to
does
do
that
it.
even count for like the summer?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
Like community hours in the summer? Okay. Okay, thank you.
And if you're in 8th grade, if you do it next summer, it will count for your 9th grade. So you can do it in the summer between. Okay, any other questions?
I have one more question.
Go ahead, Troy.
When can we pick our electives? Is that
Well,
now?
you can pick them anytime. You can stay after today and we can enroll you. Or I don't think most electives are going to meet next week. It will just be the core classes. And the following week, the electives will start. So, but you can
Okay.
sign up for those at any time. I did cover study hall. Didn't I cover study hall when Mrs. Ellis served? Did I cover study hall?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So remember, you can come to study hall, just like he said, when can I pick my electives? I'm here all day, every day. I will be here tomorrow. We do have orientation at 1, but if some of you want to come by and go, I want to talk about electives, I'm here to talk to you. And I would also be here on Thursday. And then next week, in between classes, you are welcome to come in and we can get you signed up. Okay? You can email us. And I think a letter went out about middle school. So you should have gotten a letter last week, I believe, about electives. But we can go over it. Does anybody have any questions about electives specifically? Jordan?
I'm gonna be on vacation from the 16th to 24th.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do about the work?
So we're going to want to let your teachers know as soon as possible that you will be gone during those times. And then you can come to study hall and we will help you get ahead. Or whenever you come back, come to study hall and we will help you get caught up. Okay? But when you're gone, enjoy your vacation. But
Okay.
yes. And then anytime, like she just said, they're going to be gone. Anytime you're going to be gone or you wake up sick and you're not going to be able to come to class, you can let your teachers know or let us over here in the office know and we'll let the teachers know. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Lucas?
I don't have my Bright Thinker login yet. So what should I do about that?
So our registrar is out today and she's supposed to be back tomorrow. And so we'll be getting those out and I will write your name down. What's your last name, Lucas?
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. Okay. So you should get that tomorrow. And if you don't, come and see me. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Matthew.
So when is the school schedule coming out?
The school schedule, you mean individual classes or the schedule?
Oh yeah, like the regular schedule with the like math and language arts.
Oh, it should be out there, Matthew. So
Oh, I haven't received it yet.
have you signed on to Bright Thinker? Do you know what your old sign-on was?
Yeah, I do, but like I haven't like gotten the schedule.
We haven't sent a schedule out like that. We're just kind of relying on Bright Thinker this year.
Oh, okay.
We may get to it.
I see.
Unfortunately, the registrar's father-in-law passed away. And so she has been out. And she is the one that usually puts that together for us. So it's been a
I
little
see.
Yeah, so that's what happened with that. Yes, you're right, Matthew. We used to be better about getting that schedule out, but it isn't out. We'll see, maybe she's supposed to be back tomorrow. We'll see if she can get that out to everybody. We'll see. Isa.
Yeah, so I was in the website and I was looking, but I can't find the PE form.
Okay, go to members.
Yeah, I already went there and I did exactly what you said, but I couldn't. It only showed like the terms and conditions if you want to go there and stuff like that.
Can you share your screen with me, Isa, and let me look at it?
Okay. What button is that again?
Down at the bottom of Zoom, hit share.
Oh yeah, I found it. I use Google Chrome, so is that okay?
Oh.
I won't be able to write on it, but I'll be able to look at it, I think.
Okay.
We'll
I'll
see.
use desktop.
I'm not sure. Chromebook, yeah, Chromebooks can be a bit of a problem.
I
but
don't
we'll
use a Chromebook, but I'll share my screen.
Okay.
So
Okay.
while she's trying to share her screen, Miss Lori, Nate was asking where do you get our Bright Thinker login from?
Nate, you will be getting it from Miss Lisa. So you should be getting, have you not gotten yours yet, Nate? Nate, what's your last name?
Gordon.
Who?
Gordon.
Gordon, gotcha, Nate. All right, I'll write that down and we'll make sure Miss Lisa gets it to you. Lorena? Lorena? Jacoby?
Sorry, thank you, Miss Lori. I apologize if I butcher your name, Miss Elaser?
Mrs. Elliser.
Elliser. I had heard you mention previously that those that will be joining your piano class were previous piano students of yours. So does that mean that it's probably not a good idea to join if this is our first time attempting piano with you?
Oh, you can join anytime. Students go at their own pace, so it could be somebody from last year or somebody entirely new. It's all perfectly all right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just needed to clarify that.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, Isa, go ahead and hit members. Go over to members and then go down to PE log. There you go. It's right there. Then you just need to print that out.
Sorry,
Tanya?
I thought we were supposed to go in the form, like the.
No, we're going to try to get them so that you can actually write on the forms.
Okay, sorry.
Kind of shown us how, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
thank you. Yep, you got it. Lorena, was that all?
Yes, thank you.
Huh. Tanya and Israel, are you? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. Tanya and Israel, are you just clapping? Or is your hand up?
Your hands up.
Hi, Miss Laurie. I
Hi,
was wondering, are we going to be having astronomy this year?
No, right now we're not going to. If you can get enough students, we will offer it, but we haven't had anybody except for you. So if you can get enough students gathered together, we will offer astronomy.
So what grade are you in, you that are interested in astronomy?
Israel,
I'm
what
in
grade are
grade
you in?
7. I'm in grade 7.
She's in 7th.
7. Well, in 8th grade, we do a little bit with that.
Israel loves astronomy.
Okay.
Wait till 8th grade.
Matthew?
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay.
So, I sent my my picture for my like card, but I haven't gotten the card yet.
Oh, well, again, that's Miss Lisa. And
Okay.
I've had a few that have come in, so yours may be in there. When did you send it?
I don't remember. My mom sent it like I don't remember, somewhere.
It takes usually about 1 to 2 weeks, and I've written that
Yeah,
down.
okay.
I'll have her check it tomorrow, make sure yours is.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's true for anybody. You can get student discounts if you have a school student ID card. So for those of you that would like to have a student ID card, you just need to give us a headshot of you and we will send you your student ID. Teachers, you can get a teacher ID card. But so thank you. Okay, any other question? Yes, Mrs. Trevino.
Hey, so I did send you the question in the chat.
Okay.
And I looked at the times in with the Central and Eastern time, but they are at the same time. Math and language arts.
What grade is Matthew, Ethan in?
6th.
Hey, Shelley, would you look at 6th grade math and language arts and see what times they're on the computer?
They both say 1:45.
We'll check that. Miss Shelley.
What teacher?
Well, just math and language arts for 6th grade.
6th grade math should be at 10 a.m. Did you hear me, Miss Lori?
No.
Oh, sorry. 6th grade math should be at 10 a.m.
And when 6th grade language arts?
When you
arts is
look at the
1:45.
when you look at the screen on Bright Thinker, it does say 10 a.m. But when you look inside, when it's the welcome to the 6th grade math, it's our
okay.
class meets at 1:45 and 2:30.
Okay. That could be, we have not gotten all of the landing pages, so we copy and paste last year's classes into this year, and it copies and pastes the landing pages, and those have not all been updated.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me know that. Yes, we will get that updated.
Okay, then everything lines up.
Perfect. Okay, yes,
Thank you.
We needed to know that. Thank you. Okay, any other questions? It's just the landing page. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, again, I will be here for study hall tomorrow, except for 1 o'clock. It's high school orientation. Should be here most of Thursday. And then I will be in all week next week. We will figure a way to get everybody the study hall, which Miss Allister, I wanted to talk to you about that. And anyways, it's going to be a great year. We are all so excited about this year. It's going to be a great year. Okay. If you have any questions, come and see me. Otherwise, we will see you on Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Was I going to talk to a student too, or just Mrs. Ellis? Or
Bye.
You wanted Israel to go to study hall to
Bye.
figure out
Bye.
her annotation.
Bye.
oh, okay. Did
Miss
she?
Lori, I just have a quick
Bye.
question too.
Go ahead.
I went into Bright Thinker, just so you know, and it has all the sign language classes on there except for middle school.
Yeah, we're having problems with the schedule a little bit on that, but we're working on it. Also, Angela, I should tell you that we are adding all of the Pathfinder honor. So we have already put it into one of them. So we'll get it copied and pasted into all of them so that they can also earn their sign language honor.
Okay.
So Lively did that last week. So we're good to, we just got to get it to put in all the all the ASL classes.
Okay.
My question for you, Miss Catherine, was, do you think it would be best to just put a study hall class in everybody's thing, or would it be better to just put a study hall on every landing page? Which one would be better?
I think it would be better to have a study hall class.
Okay.
Like they have homeroom, something, study hall.
Okay. And just enroll everybody.
Because if you do it on every landing page, it could be just a link.
Well, we would put, you may also go to, I mean, I think we'd put a little blurb or something rather
That
than.
will work too, because if it's a study hall class, then you have to put everybody's name in there.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I don't even know if it'll hold 200 kids in a class. I don't know. I guess it would. I don't know.
Then do the link in the landing page.
So just put a link in each landing page.
That's what I have on mine, Miss Lori. I just send them to your room on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Of my landing
By
page.
the way,
So, like,
teachers,
go
you
there.
can design your own landing page if you want to do it.
That's true. Okay, good point. Good point. You can copy and paste that if you want.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I still need to enroll my daughter.
Well, she's
Told me
enrolled
yesterday.
She's enrolled because I'm using her. She was my guinea pig.
Yeah, and then how do we is there a form where I want to get a teacher ID?
Oh, just email a picture.
Okay.
A picture of you. And
Yeah,
tell
'cause I'll get
just
this
say
down.
I would like an ID, please.
Okay. Thank you.
It's that easy. So yeah, just send a picture and we'll get you an ID.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Anybody else?
Yes, Lori, sorry I was late. I have the tutoring class and I'm thinking tomorrow is the same problem.
Who is it?
Hold on. What was his name? The new one, the math. Oh, Josiah? Yes.
Miss Lori.
I don't care. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, so I don't have to come in.
You don't have to be in here. It's
Okay.
just if you are.
I
in
really
here.
enjoy teaching him. I don't know if he's going to continue this next semester. So I saw the schedule and I haven't, it hasn't changed.
Bye,
Everything-
Josh.
Bye.
It hasn't changed. Well, it could change.
It still could change. Okay. Okay. So
It is, yeah, it's a work in
Miss
progress
Lori.
for sure. Yes, Trey.
Do you know the videos still on YouTube?
Oh.